Hello, hello. Seniors, let me get your attention. Seniors, okay, do me a favor. If you are not sitting on the X, look under you, find an X, and spread out right now. We can only do this if we follow COVID protocols. You are the only class getting this privilege today. Okay. So, all right. The last few years, senior meetings, of course, did not happen like this. This truly is special as we return to in-person senior meetings and we begin the road to graduation. Dun, dun, dun. So, I am your graduation conductor this year. Okay? So, my name is Mrs. Fraley, and I am your graduation conductor this year. I will be emailing you. I will be bothering you for things. Do you have your cap and gown? How about now? How about now? How about now? Okay? Have you finished your Play-Doh classes? How about now? How about now? How about now? Okay? All right, you have some fantastic presenters today. I want you to give them your undivided attention. You will also get your year-long calendar today. Please know your year-long calendar includes just some of the senior events. Okay? Just some of them, not all of them, and will be consistently updated. You have a senior page on the Kamiak website. Please check it regularly. Okay? All right, I'm going to turn it over.
Good morning, Knights. How are you guys doing today? Woo! Okay. Yeah, okay. I'd like to take a moment to welcome you all to our first ever senior class meeting. To start us off, I'd like to introduce Scott Kurtz to talk to us about all things Jostens.
All right, thank you very much. Let's give her a big hand. You guys can be a little more enthusiastic. Man, it's your first senior meeting. It's your absolute first senior meeting. So as introduced, my name is Scott, and this is the first opportunity that I have had to speak in front of seniors here at Kamiak. I have been working in partnership with Jostens for 32 years. A lot of you don't know who Jostens is. That doesn't matter. What they do is partner with your school and your officers to help you capture, create, and celebrate these times. And at no other time in our history have seniors been more important. When you think about it, you are the only class here that has been at this school for one full year. In fact, even you did not have the opportunity last year to see how seniors engage in being a senior and how they leave this place. In fact, I truly believe whether you're a class officer, whether you're an ASB, whether you are the captain of the football team, each and every one of you are leaders. You are truly leading the freshmen, the sophomore, and the juniors into what is probably the largest tradition known in high school all across the country, which is graduation. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about something that we're doing very unique for this class this year, something that we've never done. We're trying to think outside the box. Change is one of the things that we've learned over the last 2 years that is a constant, that's inevitable. So what we're going to do this year when it comes to welcoming the graduating class of 2022, not only into being a senior, but into that mindset of graduation, is we're going to have a senior week. And senior week is going to be a week where we honor you. See, I'll be at your graduation ceremony, and I've been at many before. I've seen hundreds and thousands of students graduate. And it's pretty similar. And I want to just fast forward a little bit and give you a little mindset of what it looks like. So you'll all be in your caps and gowns. And this happens at all graduations, and you'll be in this long line. And some of you will be kind of nervous. Some of you will be playing it pretty loose. You'll have that senior swag going on. And then the music will start. And then I will ask the question. I usually walk up and down the line, make sure that you have your tassel and the cap and gown looks just right. And I'll ask the question, what are you looking forward to? And I think I'm going to get a futuristic response, like going off to college, starting my career, going into the military, buying a new car, moving out of the house. But at that moment, the response is about the moment. At that moment, I hear, getting my diploma, walking across that stage, my moment in the sun. And then we sit back and we watch all of you, and you're all doing the same thing. As you walk across the stage, you're saying that same prayer, oh, please don't trip. Hey, you get your diploma, you scurry off. But when the last musical note's played, and that last diploma's handed out, the place goes crazy. It's louder than any athletic event that you've been at here at the school. You'll give high fives to each other. You'll hug students you never said hi to in the hallway. Because on graduation day, you capture a moment where there's no difference between that 4.0 student or the 2.5 or the athlete or the non-athlete or all of these walls and cliques that we put around ourselves while we're walking through these halls. It's amazing. So what we want to do is we want to bring that honor into the now. We want to bring it into the now by having Senior Week. So during Senior Week, we're going to have different focuses each day, and I'm going to talk about that. Your officers are going to be posting things on your social media, and we also are going to have a contest that I'm going to share with you here in a little bit to make it exciting. So Senior Week is October 25th through the 31st. So you've got a week to take this information flyer home. We also mailed home information packets. You've probably seen some of those at your house already. So engage with your families, because you don't realize how much they want to honor you. I have 3 adult children right now, and I'll never forget their graduation year and how my wife and I wanted to honor them very different than they wanted to be honored, and I really didn't care because I wanted to honor them, right? And it was an amazing experience. So during this week, what's going to happen is we're going to have free shipping on all of the items that you can order. The only requirement that you have for the graduation ceremony is that cap and gown unit. And as mentioned earlier, people are going to hound you all year long. But if you take care of this during Senior Week, you will have a stress-free spring. Otherwise, it can be very anxious, right? Because we want to make sure that you have a proper fitting cap and gown. We want to make sure that you have all the components for the ceremony. If for some reason you receive your cap and gown in the spring and it doesn't fit, we want to have extra sizes on hand. So help us help you by taking care of it during Senior Week. And when you do, there's some apparel here. I'm going to the officers are sporting some of it, and we're going to show it in a little bit. But all of the apparel, everything that you order, with the exception of the cap and gown and the graduation announcements, are going to be shipped directly to your home within 7 to 10 days of when you order. The link that you have, or the QR code that you have on that piece of paper that you took on the way in, has a series of videos explaining this, and then a way in which you can order either the packages that are available or the individual items. But you'll receive free shipping on all of it. Also, you'll have the best price on the cap and gown. You're already going to be paying less than last year's seniors, and we are going to discount that by $20. So when you order during Senior Week, huge savings on the cap and gown. Also, class jewelry. It's tradition here that students wait until their senior year to either order their senior ring or their customized jewelry. And we want to honor you as a senior by giving you $40 off during Senior Week. So there's going to be a promotion code. It's called Senior Gift 40. Senior Gift 40 will give you $40 off. And then lastly, by ordering during Senior Week, we can ensure that you receive the custom graduation announcement that was designed by your officers. And there is a custom announcement that has been mailed to every one of your homes so you can see exactly what that looks like. So how are we going to honor you? What are we going to do? How can we make every moment matter during Senior Week? On Monday of Senior Week, we will have a focus on gratitude. We will post a video, very short video, on gratitude on that same site that your QR code will lead you to, and your officers will be posting on social media things surrounding gratitude. Now, this is where the contest comes in. Our Instagram is at Jostens PNW, at Jostens PNW. So if you follow and tag and post on these days, the school in Snohomish County that has the most engagement during senior week, the class will receive $500. So if you're into TikTok, if you're into Instagram, and you want to post something on these individual days, our social media director will tabulate that, and then in December, we're going to announce the winner of $500 that will be presented to your class, all right? You can give your officers a big hand for that because they wanted to engage in that, and I think that's something cool. So on day 1, we're going to focus on gratitude. On day 2, creativity. Day 3, connection. Day 4, individuality. And it wouldn't be a Friday if we didn't celebrate a little bit. So there's also going to be an email that will go to your home that will focus on each one of these days every day. And that email has 2 purposes. Number 1, to encourage you to get engaged in the contest, a little message on gratitude and so forth, and then lastly, to remind you to order. So there's no reason why 100% of you wouldn't place the order for some of the things that you may want and need. So very briefly, before I turn the microphone over, because I know that by now you're seniors, you know what you may want to order, but you may not know what your parents are looking for. So all things graduation. The custom graduation announcement, I mentioned, a sample's been mailed to your home. These are very formal cards that your parents will want to send out to friends, families, and relatives. I had no idea what these were when I was in high school. I remember I brought an information packet home. My mom did all the ordering for me. In the spring, I brought home a box, and then 3 weeks before graduation, she sat me down at the kitchen table. She made me fill out all of these envelopes and put these things that we called stamps. You may not be familiar with stamps, but they go in the upper right-hand corner of an envelope, and we mailed them out. I didn't think anything of it until the week of graduation when I started to get cards and letters. And what else do you think I started to get? Money. That's right. Cold cash. Exactly. So people are pretty generous around graduation time. So you want to make sure that, that when you are sending these out, that you receive or have some thank you notes as well. So in the night package, it has everything that your folks are looking for, some things that you may want, but most importantly, the required cap and gown. So guys, you're going to be able to at will go through all of these items. I want to thank you so much for your attention, but more importantly for who you are and what you stand for at this school. I will be there at your graduation, and if you have any questions, don't bother calling the school. Make sure you call us. Our phone number's on that information sheet. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Scott. Now, since the time for applying to college is coming around the corner, we will now welcome Mr. Stelling.
Thank you so much.
Hey guys, thanks for having me here today. My name is Brian Stelling, and I'm the Career and College Readiness Counselor. We call it the CCRC. And I love my job because I get to help people like you reach their dreams. And if you don't have a dream, I'd like to help you as well, especially stressful your senior year when you're not sure what your next step is. So I want to share with you some of the resources that we have on the CCRC and some upcoming events. So the first thing I want to share is that our emails are at the top, myself, Mr. Stelling, and then we have our CCRC specialist, Mrs. Klein. She currently works in the main office, but she's moving over to the CCRC this Friday. Really excited about that. Some things that we can help you with is apprenticeships, career exploration, college and university, community college, technical college information, SAT, ACT, PSAT testing, although most colleges are test optional this year, so you may not need that for getting into college. We can help you with financial aid, scholarships, and much more, military, all kinds of different things. And we have a calendar on the CCRC webpage that will show events and scholarships, so I recommend that you look at that if you're interested in getting free money. Upcoming events that we have, the first thing that's coming up is College Application Night, and this is for seniors. This is really geared towards you guys. Of course, we'll have some juniors there as well. I have a very special guest coming on Thursday, October 27th. We're doing a virtual event, College Application Night. Andrea Main, who's a professional college consultant, will be doing this webinar for us. And basically, it's about how to prepare for college, what makes a good college application, how to write a good college essay and personal statement, and then tips for getting financial aid and some more. And there'll be a Q&A time as well, so you can really pick her brain. She's an expert on getting into college. Also coming up, starting in November, we have Edmonds College Advising Days. They start November 9th, and they'll be in all lunches. We will have these monthly. And Edmonds will help you with college applications other than Edmonds. If you're interested in university, or if you're interested in other community colleges, they'll help you with those applications as well. Finally, I want to talk about Scholarship Night. Last year we had a virtual event, and we had many of our CAMAC graduates who had received a lot of scholarships. They came as a panel and gave advice on how to get scholarships. One of our graduates had gotten over $100,000 in scholarships. So that's a really good night. You guys can get scholarships. But there is a process, so we want to talk about that, and that's going to be December 8th. Again, 6:30, it will be a Zoom webinar, and we'll have all this information on our main page. I want to talk a little bit about letters of recommendation. You might need a letter if you're trying to get a job, or if you need college admissions. Some private colleges especially look for letters of recommendation, or for scholarships, or internships, or apprenticeships. I would ask you to consider filling out a personal data form. You could do that on the CCRC. Go to letters of recommendation. It'll show the personal data form. You can fill that out, and it will give your recommender some information about you so they can write you a really good letter. Be sure to ask them 2 to 3 weeks in advance of when you need the letter, so you're giving them lots of time. The other thing is, if you need a letter of recommendation in January, be mindful, like if your due date's January 1st, counselors and teachers are not working over the Christmas holiday break. So you want to get that letter of recommendation done before we miss for winter break. Some college application deadlines. I just want to remind you that University of Washington has an early deadline, November 15th. We have more students go to UW than any other college in our state, so just be mindful of that. You want to start working on that application now. I also want to remind you that college testing has become test optional for many colleges. Every college in the state of Washington is now test optional, which means if you don't take a college test, it's not going to hurt your application. If you want to take a college test, you can submit it, but I'd only recommend it if you have scored really well on that SAT or ACT, in the top 20% of all seniors. Be sure to check your college's admission requirements, and you can look at fairtest.org for a list of all colleges that are test optional. So I'm here to help you guys, not only doing webinars and being a resource for you, and I'd highly recommend you look at our CCRC webpage, lots of resources there. Everything's listed alphabetically on the left for links. But I'm also here to help you individually. If you want to schedule an appointment, you can do that through a Zoom appointment, and there's my QR code there. You can also shoot me an email. You can come into the counseling center and set up an in-person appointment. There's lots of ways, and we want to help you individually as well. And I want to thank you guys for your attention today. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Mr. Stelling. Now, for those of us who may be stressing about what's in store for us after high school, please welcome Dr. Johns with High School and Beyond.
Hello, good morning. I was working with some of you today in Mr. Bear's class. So the High School and Beyond plan is a graduation requirement. As a reminder, everybody will finish. Everyone in this room will finish their High School and Beyond plan. We will help you along the way. We're out doing presentations now through your senior social studies classes. If you are a running start student, your high school and beyond plan was due on September 19th. So if you missed that deadline, please get in touch with Ms. Forrester. She's been trying to reach you, and we're gonna work with you to help make sure that requirement gets completed. Everybody else, if you are in a senior social studies class, the Monday following my presentation, your high school and beyond plan is due, okay? So I'm presenting today as an example in Mr. Bear's class. Your high school and beyond plan will be due on Monday, okay? I've got some links up there to a newsletter. You've also got in your Schoology course, there's a high school and beyond plan Schoology course. Everyone is enrolled in it. Check that out for resources, for step-by-step guides, and for contacting us in the high school and beyond plan office. We are located in room 326, and we'd be glad to help you finish this task. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Johns. I will say that of all the memories I've made in high school and beyond plan has brought me the most joy and fulfillment. Now, the wonderful Ms. Bell will now talk to us about our graduation requirements.
Hey guys, so you are getting so close to the end. It's amazing it's October, but June will be here before you know it. And there's a lot of things that you need to make sure that you have in place. I know seniors met with all of their counselors for guidance a couple of weeks ago, and we did a transcript review. We talked to you about the 4 major graduation requirements. So the graduation pathway, the 24 credits, the high school and beyond plan and Washington State Studies, and we asked you to do a review of all of the requirements to make sure that you had a plan in place. So if during that guidance, or if you missed that guidance for some reason, you found that there was something that made you not on track or that you were concerned about, especially for those of you who are concerned or questioning how you're going to be meeting the grad pathway, I highly encourage you to make an appointment with your counselor to have that conversation to make sure that you have a plan in place. Some of you have Play-Doh that you're either working during the day with Miss Bowker or you're working after school with Miss Bowker or Miss Windsor. So make sure that you're coordinating with them, that you're working hard, that you're spending the time to get those credits back so you are able to participate in the graduation ceremony in June. Some of you are doing Washington State Studies with Mr. LeWarn, and the due dates come regularly throughout the semester. Please make sure that you are meeting those deadlines so you have that requirement taken. Some of you are doing the testing to meet grad pathway, so please look out for announcements from Dr. Cabrera on when and what day you test to make sure that you meet that graduation thing as well. If you are struggling in any one of your classes, please reach out to your teachers. Talk to them about what you're missing. Create a plan. Because once the semester hits, that's part of your graduation, that's part of your credit, and that will help determine whether you're still on track or not on track, and you need an additional plan in place, and we are here to help you build that plan. So if you have any questions about what you need to do to ensure that you can not only get your diploma, but you can participate in the ceremony and however it looks in June, please come and talk to us. It will go fast, it will be like a blur, and we really want to make sure that at the end of all of this, that you have earned not only that diploma, but the right to celebrate the fact that you are done. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bell. Now we'll introduce Ms. Decamp to talk to us about Gradknight.
Oh. All right, thank you.
Hi, my name is Kim Decamp, and I'm with the Kamiak Parent Teacher Organization. And we are putting together a group of parents to throw you a Gradknight celebration. There we go, some enthusiasm. So we are looking for volunteers and to put this together. So how many of you, just quick show of hands, how many of you have had a parent volunteer you for something? I know at least a few of you, yes. Okay, so turnabout is fair play. Volunteer your parents to get involved. Okay, if they have some time, if they have some resources, we would love to talk to them as far as planning this. Graduation for the last couple of years has not been the same. So you have an opportunity at this point to create something new. So be thinking about what you really want for your grad night and get those ideas to your student leadership, and hopefully we'll have something up for ideas on the grad night page on the website soon. So that's it.
Hey, I'm Mrs. Drafts, and I am the senior class advisor. And I just wanted to point something out that we're going to pass out to you when you leave. This is the senior calendar that Mrs. Fraley was referring to. And I'm just going to go ahead and confess that already I'm realizing that the Jostens Senior Week is not on here. So do you guys remember when it is? Can you remind me? 25 through 31, October 25 through 31. So if you want to get discounts on Jostens stuff, order it then. If I were you, there's a lot happening in your lives right now. I get that. I would take this home. There's a lot of it that probably doesn't apply to you. So get a highlighter out and highlight the things that do apply to you so you don't miss them. There are important dates and deadlines. A lot of college help events, stuff for yearbook is on here. So take it home, tack it up somewhere where your parents can see it, and you're going to not lose track of anything. Okay? This is officially the end of the meeting for filming's sake. So thank you guys for being here, but you're not allowed to leave yet. So we have some spontaneous fun brought to you by the senior class officers.